Welcome, dear students. This is your English teacher, Axamis, and today we are going to learn a poem of Standard 10th, You Start Dying Slowly, by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda, the poet, has won Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. Now students, if you look at the title of the poem, You Start Dying Slowly. Here, the poet wants to tell us something, that if we don't do those things, we may start dying slowly. So, let's read the poem to find out what he wants us to do. So, let's start. If you do not travel, if you do not read, if you look at the very first line, if you do not travel, meaning he is telling the people to come out of their shells and to travel to different places and experience new things. He further asks us to read. Why? Because life is small and it is difficult to get all experiences in life. So, to see and feel the unseen, we must read something all the time. So, students, here the poet has asked us to travel a lot, to read many books. Let's see what he wants us to do next in our life. If you do not listen to the sounds of life, if you do not appreciate yourself, you start dying slowly. Here, the poet wants us to listen to the sounds of life, that is, the music of nature. The music of nature which we can hear in the sound of waterfall, in pattering of raindrops, in chirping of birds. And he is asking us to praise ourselves, to appreciate ourselves. If we will not appreciate or praise ourselves, how can we expect others to appreciate us, to praise us? And if we fail to do all the above things, negativity fills our life and we lose hope for a bright future and we start dying slowly. Here, dying slowly means we lose hope of a happy future. When you kill your self-esteem, when you do not let others help you, you start dying slowly. Here, he is telling us that the very first thing is we should not consider ourselves inferior to others. We should not lose our self-respect. If we don't respect ourselves, how can we expect others to respect us? That is why we must not lose our self-esteem. When you do not let others help you, it means when we don't mix in society and stop communicating with the people. We stop them from coming near to us, and thereby we stop them from helping us. In other words, we ourselves close all doors of hope remaining in gloomy loneliness. These all things will make us negative, and loneliness can make our life worse. If you become a slave of your habits, walking every day on the same path. Now here, the poet Pablo Neruda with habits refers to bad habits. They are so easy to have in our lives, and we easily become a slave of these habits, which in end can harm us. So, we must recognize all the bad habits and get rid of them. Poet is also asking us to change the old paths, means to change the attitude of our inner self and see the things in a new dimension, in a new way. It may be things related to life or career. So, we should not become slave of our habits, and we should try to take new route or new path. The next stanza. If you do not change your routine, if you do not wear different colors, or you do not speak to those you don't know, you start dying slowly. Here, students, see the very first line. If you do not change your routine, that means if you are not doing things in a different manner, a day will come that you may get bored of the monotony of the activity that you do in a day. So, in order to live life, we have to break the monotony of our day-to-day activity. Try to include new activities in your day-to-day routine. If you do not wear different colors, meaning we have to wear different colors as per the situation. We should not just stick to one color. Here, the implied meaning is the poet wants us to be like a colorful butterfly. How a colorful butterfly gets mixed in the nature, we must wear new colors and get mixed in society or the world around us. These colors may be the different emotions like joy and sorrow, loyalty and disloyalty, ups and downs, good and evil. We must acknowledge all the emotions of our life. Or you do not speak to those you don't know. To get the experience of life, we must talk to all, to the known and to the unknown, in order to explore the life. And if we fail to do all these things in our life, it would become very boring with no novelty, no newness. If you avoid to feel passion and there are turbulent emotions, those which make your eyes glisten and your heart beat fast, you start dying slowly. Here, the poet is telling us that all of us do have dreams and ambitions. We feel them and we strive to get them. When one becomes successful after chasing the dream, he knows how consistent efforts are needed and what one goes through. the turbulent emotions in order to achieve success. And when we think of all the struggle, it makes our heart beat fast, and the tears in our eyes tell the story of our struggle. The feeling of success, the taste of success is the best emotion in the world. And if we avoid ourselves of these emotions, we start dying mentally. We start dying slowly. If you do not change your life when you are not satisfied with your job or with your love, here the poet is advising us that we should change our life if it has become monotonous and boring. One must do the job of his or her liking, otherwise, the job becomes a burden. So, we must be very careful while choosing our career. The last stanza. If you do not risk what is safe for the uncertain, if you do not go after a dream, if you do not allow yourself at least once in your lifetime to run away from sensible advice, you start dying slowly. Here, the poet is asking us to take risks, to step out of our comfort zone, of our imaginary boundaries, to go after our dream. And if we do not allow ourselves to do all these things, then surely we will die slowly. At least once in your lifetime, to run away from sensible advice, sensible, wise, full of common sense. At least once in our lifetime, we should take the adventurous path. If we do not allow ourselves to move from our so called permanent place, and if we do not allow ourselves to chase our dreams, then we may start dying slowly and surely. We may not die from outside, but from inside we will surely start dying. So, students, I hope the poem is clear. You have understood the poem, and here the poet has asked us to chase our dream, and he has given us a list of things which we should be doing in our lifetime. We have to paint our own sky. We will meet in the next video. Till then, be at home, stay safe, take care. Thank